What is up, you guys? Matt McAdam here for Driving Line with another episode of Chasing Dust, and I'm coming at you live from one of my favorite places in the entire world, Johnson Valley, California, in my brand new 2020 Ford Ranger. A little bit of rock crawl action.
Let's get it.
Now, Johnson Valley is one of my favorite places to come out when I want to hit some dirt because you have such a wide variety of stuff to do out here. There's sand dunes, dry lake beds, whoop sections, rock trails, just some easy driving around. It's a lot of fun to just get out here and drive anything. I've test driven all kinds of vehicles out here, including UTVs, Jeeps, trucks, my own vehicles. It's just really a nice place to get out and just spend a day or even a weekend out here. Of course, this place is world famous because of the annual King of the Hammers race, which I usually am out here spending a week covering the race here for Driving Line. So it's kind of nice to be back here when it's not so busy and there's not a million people out here. But this is actually a special day out here in the desert because not only am I out here enjoying what Johnson Valley has to offer, but I'm doing it in my brand new 2020 Ford Ranger. Now, some of you guys might be saying to yourself, well, Matt, that doesn't really look like a regular Ford Ranger there behind you. And you're definitely right. But before we get into what's been done to this truck, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Ford Ranger in general. Now, back in 2019, after an 8-year hiatus, the Ford Ranger was reintroduced to the North American market here, specifically in the United States. Of course, the Ranger's been around for many, many years. 2019 was the first year of the new Ranger, and that's what we got right over here with us today. So let's go over some of the hot specs. 270 horsepower, 310 foot-pounds of torque, 4-wheel drive, rear locker. These are some of the options that I have on this vehicle. However, the powertrain is across the board for these Rangers, whether you have the base XL model, access cab, meaning not the 4-door, or all the way to the most optioned out lariat that you can buy, the most expensive variant that they have. They all come with a 2.3 liter EcoBoost. They all come with a 10-speed automatic transmission, so there's no more manual option, and there's no V6. So it's kind of interesting. They've actually moved this chassis and this body style up to a mid-size truck, so it's very comparable to the size of like a Tacoma or a Colorado or something like that. Those are mid-size trucks, and this new Ranger is actually part of that class now. Some of the more impressive things about this new Ranger is it can actually tow up to 7,500 pounds. It's pretty astounding what it can do. Tow wise, I mean, you can pull a boat, you can pull a small trailer, you can pull a small travel trailer if you wanted to. I've seen all kinds of things behind these trucks, and they actually do very well even with that 2.3 liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost. Now, you combine all of that with all of Ford's latest technology, their sync technology and their infotainment system, all the gadgets and electronics that go into these new trucks. All the F-Series trucks have these as well. It's a pretty badass little truck. I compared it to the new Tacoma. It's more powerful. It's better on fuel economy. I mean, this thing can get upwards of 26 miles per gallon on the highway in a stock form. But you know, as impressive as this Ford Ranger is in its stock form, it does have a lot of limitations, and Ford left a lot of room for improvement. What I did was work with a company called APG, Automotive Performance Group. They're located in Garden Grove, California. And what they've gone and done is created a complete package of aftermarket parts that you can add to your 2019 or 2020 Ford Ranger that ups all the performance, all the things that Ford left behind. They call their kit the ProRunner Series 1 conversion. And that's what's right here behind me over here. I've got a few more options on it. I'm going to go over all of it with you here in just a sec. But basically, what it entails is a wide body system. And that's achieved not with fiberglass, but with carbon fiber, full carbon fiber fenders, carbon fiber bedsides made out of aerospace grade carbon fiber. It comes with an aluminum plate front bumper that's widened up to match the width of the truck, and a long travel system with boxed upper and lower control arms. One of the greatest benefits from having this ProRunner Series 1 conversion on the Ford Ranger is you can fit up to a 35-inch tire on the truck. And that's pretty much unheard of unless you have a wide body system on your Ford Ranger, because the suspension and all the components that are underneath the fender and the shape of the fender itself and how small it is really doesn't lend itself to a large tire. The way that I like to build my vehicles is as low to the ground as possible with the biggest tire stuffed underneath it. It's a lot more stable in most situations that you do off-roading in. So ground clearance really isn't the highest priority on my list. But in being able to keep the truck stable over rough terrain, going, you know, at a decent speed, that's what's really important to me. And running a 35-inch tire with a low ride height is really important. So that's what APG did with this truck. It's kind of reminiscent of the Ranger Raptor that's not available here in the US. It's available overseas, but in most ways, the Ranger Raptor is actually far more limited than this ProRunner Series 1 conversion behind me. Now let's talk about some of the options that I've added to this truck, because there's not just the few items I mentioned before, there's a lot more going on with this vehicle. I actually went ahead and opted for a worn winch on the front. It's an M8000S winch. A set of Baja Designs lights all around the truck. We've got XL Pros in the front bumper, their SAE fog light kit in the fog light pockets of the front bumper, an A-pillar light kit using their Squadron Pro lights, and then at the very back of the truck where the third brake light mount is, the panel has been actually replaced with a metal panel up there that actually holds 3 Baja Designs S2 Pro lights on there. 2 of them are amber for chase lights, 1 of them is a cargo light and it's white. Of course, APG's long travel system, the box lower and upper control arms come with extended tie rods. They're made out of billet aluminum with an FK rod end on the end of them. Very, very strong. And you actually have a choice of what shocks you want to run. Naturally, being here in SoCal and being so close to them, I went with King shocks. I got a King coilover up front with a compression adjuster, so you can actually change the stiffness of the ride on the fly. And I actually did the same thing at the rear of the truck with the 2.5 series OEM King shocks with the compression adjusters and a remote reservoir. No off-road truck is complete without a really nice wheel and tire package. So for this truck, I went with something a little bit different as far as the wheels go. On here, we have a set of 1552 Turbomac HD wheels, and they are in bronze. These are not real beadlocks, but they look absolutely fantastic. I've gotten a ton of compliments on them. It's my first vehicle I've ever had the 1552 wheels on there, but with the offsets that they had, the size of the wheel, and the finish, that bronze finish just matched the silver truck perfectly. And last, but certainly not least, we've got a set of 35 1250 17 Nitto Ridge Grapplers on this truck. No surprises there. I've had these tires on literally every single vehicle I've owned for the last 3 years. They are the perfect hybrid between an all-terrain and a mud terrain. Quiet, smooth on the highway, and they have all the grip you'll ever need in the dirt, whether you're aired up, you're aired down, whether you're on the rocks, the sand, just hard-packed dirt, the whoop sections, whatever you got, Ridge Grapplers will take it on. I've been so happy with these tires. Like I said, I've literally had them on every single truck I put on there, and this Ranger is absolutely no exception. And one more addition that I put into this truck, which is a little bit of a personal choice, was doing a ham radio with a PCI Race Radio's antenna. And those come really useful, really in handy when you're out here in the desert or anywhere when you're off-roading, so that you can keep in touch with other people that are on the trail with you. Kind of like this guy right here. Hey, Brad, what are you doing?
Clean up the desert, man.
Cleaning up the desert. Very important to keep our deserts clean. I think he's taking it just a tad too literally over here. I mean, he's literally cleaning the desert.
You never get too clean.
Where's your dustpan? You're gonna need a big one. So if you guys watch Chasing Dust, you've seen our comparison between the mid-travel and long-travel Tacoma suspension setups, or trucks. Actually, we're talking about the whole trucks. This is Brad's mid-travel truck. So Brad, you've been out to the Hammers before, and you brought this truck out there before, right?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so we wanted to just come out here together and just spend the day kind of checking out the new Ranger and seeing how it does. And it's always good to have another vehicle with you. There's not a whole lot going on out here because it's just a dry lake bed, but there's a ton of stuff to do around here. There's a couple of rock trails over there by the Hammers. There's sand dunes behind us over here. I say we just kind of hit everything, right?
I'll try to keep up.
I think you'll be fine. This truck has been through a lot.
That's not something to brag about.
All right, well, we're gonna hop in the trucks here and go see what this Ranger can do.
Wait, Matt, I still gotta keep, I'm not finished sweeping yet.
Okay, you can finish sweeping, then we're gonna go.
Well, just 5 more minutes.
I don't know why I bring him with me. little bit of rock crawl action.
Let's get it.
I use that term very loosely because these are tiny little rocks, but let's see what this trail kind of entails. I got my #1 spotter with me.
#1!
Hey man, you got a Kia Telluride up the squeeze. I'm pretty sure you can do anything.
I know, but you're the one who 3-wheeled that thing through the berm section.
I think this is going to be pretty doable. These are pretty small rocks to climb over. Get a little squeeze action here.
A little bit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Probably have to put you
on top of that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then actually, right there's a pretty good spot to.
Kind of flat over there if we have to turn around.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Rock crawling a Ford Ranger. Rock crawling. Really don't want to dent my cab. That is the spot I don't want to hit. Okay. I'm gonna hand the camera to Brad.
Cue that music. It's a TikTok video. Little rock there. Bigger rock there. Keep going. There you go. There you go. A little bit more driver. There you go. There you go. Straight up and over it. Perfect. Perfect. Jesus. Supposed to walk through all this? Nice. Matt don't need no spotter. There we go. Grappler doing its thing.
Here's Grappler be grappling. Woo.
There. Squeeze. All right, easy through this one, Matt. No, I think you'll be fine. You might slide off this rock a little bit here, but I'm just not sure if you should point toward it or not. There you go. There you go. There you go. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. There you go. There you go. Now come toward me a little bit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good. There you go. Hook it this way just a little bit. There you go. Keep coming. Keep coming. There you go. There you go. Come on through. Come on through. Pull it all the way through. There you go. Straighten her out. Good. Excellent. Nice. Right here, you're going to go over it. You'll be fine though. Here it is. Nice. Nice. Perfect. Not even close to where those sliders are. Nice job. Right on.
That wasn't so bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, you got that.
That rear locker makes a big difference.
Huge. Lots of grabbing action.
I'm pretty impressed. That rear locker did a lot. This is actually my first 4-wheel drive truck that I've ever had a locker in, so I'm pretty well seasoned in doing stuff like this without it. And you kind of have to like just pick your tire placement a little bit better and make sure that both tires are grippy and nice. But it didn't care where I put the tires. It just kind of went up everything and turned around everything real nice, even with the 35s on there. But I think this is where we're going to end, although it was only about 100 yards or so, because that looks a lot crazier up there. So yeah, I'm not going to risk getting over there and then not being able to turn around. So this is a good little first test. I don't want to go break this thing on the first trip out. So we're going to turn around right here. It's a good little spot. Yeah. Head back out of here and I don't know. Let's go find something else to do. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Cool. Let's do it. Sunset at the Hammers. It doesn't get any better than that. That was a pretty fun day, man. We did a little bit of everything, right?
Dude, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Just get out there for a day, just have a blast in the desert, go back home to Orange County.
Yeah, just a one-day kind of a thing. We did some dunes, we did a little bit of rock crawling, we did some lake bed stuff, a little bit of whoop sections, just kind of a little bit of what Johnson Valley's got to offer. And I gotta tell you, I keep saying it all day long, but it's because it's true. The Ranger really impressed me. I was pretty stoked on how well it just handled all this stuff, coming from something like a Tacoma like yours that I used to have romping out here. A little different in power, right? It's got like a little delay to it with the turbo, but
yeah, and then you just have to remember to turn off that traction control
every time. That is really annoying. So there's a few things on the Ranger that I don't like. You know, one, the leaf springs, you heard me, just complaining about those, and the whoop section's real bad. They're just really stiff. Another is all the electronics, having to turn off this traction control button, try to turn this locker back on, turn these lights back on. That just gets kind of annoying after a while, but those are things I'm pretty certain can be fixed through tuning and stuff like that. I really didn't have much else to complain about. I mean, the truck just handled everything out here very well.
It handled really well, especially with that locker, 4-wheel drive. I mean, it did great.
Plenty of ground clearance, even without sliders. I was a little bit worried about those rocks hitting the cab, but it's got a lot of clearance, so I wasn't even close to hitting the rocks on anywhere on the cab, so pretty stoked.
It was a good time.
It was a good day.
It was a great time.
So no better way to end the day than to watch a couple of guys here rock crawling at Chocolate Thunder and sunset at the Hammers.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep. Well, it looks like the sun's going down behind me here, so I'm going to try to get a couple of shots before it's completely dark out here. I appreciate you guys following along on today's episode. Please subscribe to Driving Line. A lot of really cool videos coming out of our channel here. All kinds of stuff from Jeeps to cars, pickup trucks. Just subscribe. You're going to love the stuff coming out of our channel. I'm Desert Chief. You're watching Chasing Dust. I'll see you guys in the next one.